Hey guys, this is FPL Tips and welcome back to another deadline stream. Just let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me clearly and the video is correct as well. Yes. Just give me a second. I'm just putting up the chat. Yes, sorry for getting late. Thanks, Rohan. Kufal against Brighton or Dyer against Wolf. I would play Kufal because of two reasons. One, that his I think son was born a day before yesterday, and also I fancy Tottenham's attack more. So I think Tottenham has the capacity to score. Just give me a second, guys. And we are live. Okay, so Kevin De Bruyne, Salah to captaincy. Who will give more? Shreyas, nobody can tell who will give more. It's 50-50 honestly. If you're chasing rank, let me tell you, and we'll start with captaincy, the stream with captaincy. If you guys are chasing rank and you want to go ahead in your mini leagues or somewhere like that, go Kevin De Bruyne because that is where you'll chase rank. Probably if you own Salah and don't captain him, yes, you will still get, you might, and if you don't own Kevin De Bruyne and get a good captaincy, you might get a slight red arrow because of his effective ownership. But if you're chasing rank, you have to go Kevin De Bruyne this week. I think if you're someone like me this week who isn't behind rank this week, I think my rank rose pretty much good last time. So I think I'm going to play safe, go Salah and play safe this week. Okay, can I double up on DS for ailing for -1? Yes, I think the City develop is very much in demand at the moment, and don't look at this where they don't have a fixture in double fixture in 19, but also realize that essentially over the two game weeks, which is 18 and 19, they do play two fixtures. Every other team also plays two fixtures, so I think you can fancy City in that aspect, and I think they can keep clean sheets in both of their fixtures. So I fancy the double up. Will Aguero start? Can't really be confident. I think he should, unless City go to a false nine where they play Torres and Mahrez. I don't think Pep trusts either of Torres or Mahrez up front in the finishing slot. Maybe Sterling up top, but I think I fancy Aguero. He looked fine and good in the last match midweek. Uh, Salah is yes, Salah is the safest. Who's more likely to play keep a clean sheet? Martinez against Palace or McCarthy against Fulham? I think both games will not be seeing a clean sheet. I would fancy Martinez because I've seen Aston Villa defend and they defend decent. Fulham look sharp on the counter, so I would go with Martinez if I had to. Thanks, Abhi. Here's Martinez, Robo, Diaz, Dyer, Stones, and Suchek first up. What do you think? I think it's a nice team, especially with Robertson and Diaz going inside with Stones. There will be rotation with City. Don't expect that every defender you pick will play or every attacker you pick will play. There will definitely be rotation with City, and it's part of the game with Pep. I don't think there's a very safe bet in the City lineup. Grealish to Mane for a hit for captaincy. I would do it this week if I were you. I think I fancy Mane over Salah for captaincy because I saw the match against West Brom, and you see how El Ghazi was running to that left channel and he scored a goal as well there. That could be the exact case this week as well, where Trent is putting in those balls and Mane is at the end of them. And I really fancy that Mane Trent develop this week over Salah, and I'm slightly in doubt for captaincy Salah as well this week. 1 week punt defender below 5.1. I don't think this is the week to punt on defenders because it's the Boxing Day. Usually, this is a very high scoring week. So I don't fancy defender punts. If 5.1 and below, can't really think of anyone other than Stones. Who should be playing in my 11? My defense is already Westergaard, Cancel, and Matip. I think play Chilwell. If he doesn't play, he'll not come on as a sub for sure. Same with Westergaard. And between Wilson and Bowen. What about going off template with Bamford captain? It's too high a differential with Burnley. You know that they can defend a lot. I know that Leeds will run them a lot in the entire game, but it's a side where you know that they can defend big teams as well. You wouldn't take a chance, especially with such a high scoring opportunity with Mane, Salah, or De Bruyne this week. Get Stones in for Dyer and Dyer in for the later blank. You can do that as well. Is Robertson essential? I don't have funds. He's not essential, but I think this is where Robertson and Trent peak the most in the early turnaround, and they're one of the most fittest guys in the team. And recently, they've been playing way up top. So I think if you have the funds to get any one of them, this is the time you want them. Cancelo or Chilwell for a hit. You can do that. Cancelo for Chilwell for a hit. Although you will want Chilwell as soon as he's fit. If I had the option of playing a fourth defender instead of Chilwell or playing Chilwell and have a good bench, I would do that. The effective ownership means that if there are, suppose, around the overall players, how many people captain him. So captaincy doubles the ownership. So I think most people will captain Salah. So if there are 10 people playing the game and 10 people captain Salah, the effective ownership is 200%. So that's the effective ownership concept, and I think it's going to be way too high this week with almost everyone going to go Salah captain. Also, Stone's about 2% owned, so maybe a differential defense option. I think the differential defense option only works when the defender is going to give you attacking returns, which Stones I think is barely a clean sheet and maybe 2 bonus points at max. Will Diaz be a regular starter in the near future fixtures? Shreyas, they can be never with City. They can be never guaranteed starter. So you take a chance with Diaz. In my opinion, we've been taking the chance with Diaz for 5 weeks now, and I think he's been providing clean sheets almost every game apart from the West Brom one. So I think it's a safe bet. Can Mahrez start? Anybody can start made with the City lineup. I don't fancy Mahrez to start unless and until it's a false nine. Do you think it's a good move to bring in Kufal, Dallas, and Adams for Chilwell, Westergaard, and Callum Wilson? Yeah, definitely. I have two free transfers and I can use only one of them. Will I have two free transfers next game week? Yes, Nathan, you will. Is City defense double up worth against next two, Chelsea and Everton? Uh, Everton, yes, I fancy the double up against Everton. With Chelsea, it could be a 0-0. But the way Chelsea is attacking, and Lampard as well in the press conference said that he's going to rotate before Aston Villa. So it also gives you a statement that he wants to put out a very strong 11 against City and win the game. So double up against Chelsea will be tough. But against Everton, I think it could be an easy double up, and City can keep a clean sheet against Everton. Should I replace Chilwell and Neto? Play Chilwell and then first sub Neto. Is Pulisic a good choice? Yes, but as I said, that Lampard will be rotating next game week against Aston Villa for sure, and he said it out in the press. I think the likely people who get rotated are Timo Werner, in my opinion, he's and Thiago Silva. So these two players, watch out for them if you have them. They are likely to get rotated in game week 16. Pulisic, if you don't have him, you can take a punt, especially now that he has a double game week as well. I think it's a fair enough punt. Will Stones play? I think yes. I've already taken -4.5 Konsa Lamped in my team. I think Konsa will play, so you can go ahead with that. Is it too late to plan for Game Week 19? No, I think it's fair enough to start planning for Game Week 19 if you haven't already. Captain Salah, Mane, or Aguero, maybe someone like Robertson. If you had to go differential in that lineup, I'll go Mane. Mendy, Calvert, Peter, Telles, Regulion, Son, Bruno, Podence, Adam, Bamford. How's the team? Looks good, Mahin. Also, Abhishek, if you have Aguero and anybody in the chat has Aguero, I wouldn't go Aguero captaincy solely because I know that if Aguero doesn't start, there's a very high chance that he comes on as a sub. So I wouldn't go captaincy there. I know that if he starts, he'll give you about 12-15 points. And I'd be happy with that because there's nobody I think in your league be owning Aguero at this moment of time in the game. So it could be very differential irrespective of the captaincy as well. Uh, should we use bench boost or triple captain for 19? Yes, it depends on your team. We've made a stream on Instagram and we'll be uploading it on YouTube as well. So you might want to check that out. My team is Westergaard and James is injured. No subs for them. Should I take a -4 or play Westergaard? You can take a chance on Westergaard. I think the latest news I've heard or read was that he did not train on Tuesday. Uh, I don't think he'll appear, but there's a chance. And if you want to take the chance, you can go ahead with it. Although you can go for a City defender or Liverpool defender and keep the clean sheet intact. There's nothing definite. I'm really confused with Salah and Bruno, Salah and De Bruyne captaincy this week. Should I remove Fernandez or Grealish from Mane? I don't think apart maybe Grealish, but not Fernandez. I think Fernandez is a really good hold for the next fixture, so I wouldn't do that move. Uh, I don't. Burnley looked good attacking wise last game, so I can't bank on Meslier. And also, Leeds' defensive numbers are really the worst in the league at the moment. So So can't really be confident of that. Will Kufal play today? I have had no news that he'll be subbed off or not play, so I think yeah, should be good to go. My midfield is Salah, De Bruyne, Grealish, Bruno, Son. Majority investment in the midfield, obviously. Is it a good plan? Yeah, definitely it does look like a good plan, especially with the midfielders returning a lot more points. Thanks, Varun, for the shout. And if you haven't liked the video till now and you're liking the stream, hit the like button, guys, and support the stream. Keep faith in Lookman for this week or take a hit and remove him. With Lookman, I would go with Cavaliero. I think he's more attacking at the moment. Or Rafinha if you had to take a hit to remove him because Rafinha has the double game week. Should I will Foden play? I don't think so. DCL captaincy, I wouldn't go there with so many options out there this week. I think Bamford is a better option than DCL, maybe. Should I play Suchek or WordPress this week? WordPress. Hold Son and Kane or sell any one of them. If I was in a position, I would sell one of them because there are too many other good options in terms of Bruno, Salah, maybe even De Bruyne. Kansa and Kufal news says Varun. I think there's no news on Kufal missing out. Usually the player misses out the game week only if the birth is on the match day. But I think the birth has done 2 days or 3 days before the match day. And he should have been back in training. I think I saw a picture of him and Suchek on the training ground. So should be good. With Kansa, he's trained earlier, so it depends on his personal fitness. We can't really predict that because he's back in training. He's on the training ground training. So if he's fit, he will start for sure. I think. Start Chilwell with and hope he starts or get Kufal on DS. If it's a transfer, I would go with DS and not expect too much from Chilwell. I don't really personally expect him to start so early, but if you have him, and irrespective of we're going to bench him, I would just play him and take my chances if there in case he starts. Okay, with Richarlison, there's news that if the head injury is confirmed as concussion, he will not play. Otherwise, he will play. He's fit and he's trained. Kufal might be on paternity leave. I don't think so. I think he'll be back. Are you going to sell James when it's he expected to be back? See, there's a lot of things around James because it's a knee injury. It's not an easy injury, and there's no timeline because and it's a reoccurring injury. So you can put him back to play next game week as well, but he might reoccur his injury. So I think I'm going to play him this week as well. Or Gufar. I'm going to keep him because I don't see a very need to spend a transfer on him. I might spend a transfer when I have extra transfer, maybe James to Thiago Silva Zuma, but at the moment I don't have a need to spend a transfer there. Only Walker and Jesus has code in the City lineup. Dallas or Kufal? Kufal. Thanks, Ramanathan. Need help with Gross and Cavaliero have two free transfers. Use wildcard also next. I think with Cavaliero, go Rafinha. Take a chance with Gross. Maybe you can keep him or take a 1 week punt and then play wildcard straight after the deadline. Everyone who has wildcard, play your wildcard straight after the deadline. And someone please remind me on Instagram that I have to post the predictive price drops and rises so that you guys can take full benefit of that on your wildcard. Meslier to Martinez, I would do that move. Cresswell for Chilwell, fair enough if you don't have a bench. Should Werner be in my 11? Yes, if you have him, play him. Stones for Lamptey worth it? Yes, definitely. Good time to bring in Fabianski? Yes, I think West Ham defenders are good budget options coming the double game week 19. I think you should invest in them. Nishant, I think he will play. I've already answered it. Rashford out, Kevin De Bruyne in for a -4. If you're going to cap Kevin De Bruyne, definitely do it, Saish. Yeah, it's not like if it's Boxing Day, you have to play with three defenders. But I prefer to go with more attackers than defenders on this day. I do expect a lot of goals, and historically we've seen that as well. Should I play James or Westergaard or just take a hit? I don't think James is going to play for sure. With Westergaard, it's a 50-50 because there's no news at all. If you can sub any one of them off or take them off, that's better. What do you think about downgrading Grealish to El Ghazi so I can upgrade my defense with that money? I wouldn't do that this week because I want to see how Grealish performs with Barkley back into the team. Tammy in this week or Wilson? Tammy. I would take a punt on Tammy. Will Chilwell be fit till game week 19 and will play both games? Otherwise, no point keeping him. I don't. I think he'll be fit till game week 19. It could be the one ankle injury like the one Mason Mount had last year as well. So and 19 does have a lot of time. There's a break in between as well. So I think Chilwell is not that a serious injury. With James, I think it's a more serious issue. Should we buy timing keeping the double game week in mind? No, not keeping the double game week in mind. For the ones who are a wild card and they want to take a punt, I would recommend timing this week. Maybe a Marshall or Rafinha, but not keeping a double game week in mind because we know that there's going to be rotation there. Kane out for Aguero for -4. That's a very high risk, high reward situation because you know that Kane is playing and the Wolves fixture is more of a Kane fixture than Sun fixture. So I think stick with Kane. Don't go for point chasing with the -4. Your top four players to aim for in the upcoming weeks, considering blank plus double game weeks. I think Sun is one player you want in both the blank and double. I would keep a City defender as well in there. Bring in Matip or Robertson, preferably Robertson, and Salah has to be there in your lineup. Martinez over Meslier, opinion on having United defenders. I also considered bringing in Lindelof or Kufal for a moment, but then I realized that United is not a team where you can bank on defenders. Also, there's no attacking return possible there. With Kufal, there's at least a possibility for goal or assist. And I don't really fancy the double game week fixtures for United as well because I know that they definitely won't keep a clean sheet against Liverpool. And with Burnley, I think it's Burnley or Fulham. It's dicey on the counter, so I wouldn't do that. And someone's calling us. Wait. Tellus or Bisaka? Bisaka, I think, is more nailed on to start the game week than Tellus. Watkins or Suchek? If you have Watkins, play him this week. Wouldn't go Suchek. Who is more likely to start, Barkley, Mendy, or Richarlison? I think Richarlison, I've already stated his fitness issues. Barkley, I don't fancy him as a game this week. Game week punt, don't bring him. And Mendy, I think, should be starting with all of the Walker injury. Kufal or Dyer is better. I think Kufal with the double game week in mind. Okay, we missed a couple of questions. Uh, Trent and Grealish or Fernandez and Cancelo. Fernandez, Cancelo. Sissoko for Podence because Sissoko has good fixtures. I wouldn't go Sissoko for sure. Um, Hold Vardy if you want to. Yes, you can. Otherwise, you can downgrade him and bring in another midfielder or go for a punt like Marshall. But I think it's not necessary to remove him because he's not being a bad player at the moment. Masiak will take time. It's a knee surgery. It's going to take a long time. Bruno's son, DCL or Bamford for captaincy. I think out of the four, I would take Bruno because he's a midfielder son. Or just bank the last fixture. DCL, Bamford, all differential, high risk, high reward situations. Who would you replace Kane with? I think I'm not. I can't hear my voice on my stream. Just let me know if the voice if I'm audible or not. Guys, is there an issue with the audio? No, okay, no. No, no, I'm audible. Fair, 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 fair. Okay, we'll continue because I couldn't hear it on my setup. Who should I replace Kane with? Keeping double game week 19 in mind, I have DCL and Bamford. You probably want Marshall in that situation or Firmino, but I wouldn't keep Kane. Should I play with Bowen in midfield or Dallas in defense? Bowen, I prefer the midfielder over defenders. Marshall plus Trent combo, Vardy plus Chilwell combo. Considering a team for 19, I think Marshall plus Trent. What do you think about downgrading? I've already talked about it. I fancy Grealish more than El Ghazi in general for goal involvement. Salah, Son, Bruno, Salah versus Bruno, Kevin De Bruyne, and Bruno. I think out of the four or five, I would pick Salah, Son, and Bruno going forward. Play Justin or Konsa. Play either ways. I think Justin because there is some attacking return with Konsa. 50-50 chance. If you don't have Martinez, you can take a chance. If you have Martinez, Justin. Uh, Sanyal, you don't have a need to bring in Robertson. If you have the funds, go and upgrade probably Dyer or Stones and bring in Robertson. I have Westergaard or Kyle Walker-Peters. Which should I keep? Kyle Walker-Peters. Which is the best week to use free hit? Depends on your team. Either use it in 18 or 29. If you fancy 19 as well, you can go there. Harsh, we've talked about Westergaard in the start of the stream. Might as well check it out. Sun Grealish out for Salah Suchek. Uh, Suchek maybe not, but Salah yes. For captaincy, yes. Vardy not for a captaincy, but you can keep him. I think he might get a penalty or an odd late goal this week. And it's the early kickoff against United as well. Grealish or Rafinha, who to bench? Rafinha. I think Grealish is way too a good player to be benched. Should I make changes to in this team for the next few weeks? Made Martinez, Vestergaard, Diaz, Mings, Bruno. I think the double, maybe the double Aston has to go. Maybe Mings to Kufal. Bruno, Suchek, Salah, Son, Kane, Diesel, Bamford. Yeah, the double Tottenham will have to go as well. Bring in at least a Bruno Fernandes or a Kevin De Bruyne in there. Watkins' weak performance might improve with Barkley back. Yes, it's not weak. Actually, it's just minor offside performances. So fair enough if he just keeps his run intact. Play Podence to avoid -4 on transferring out Walker. Yes, take my remove Walker. Play Podence in if you can. Uh, Remove Walker for someone like Robertson, and that's fair enough with the -4. Otherwise, play Podence. Dyer, Dallas, Robertson, and Kufal. Who do I keep out? Dallas. I think the rest three are decent defenders. I got Che this week and double game week thoughts. I think Che Adams is the best budget attacker to go ahead from now on till the double game week. His fixtures are incredible if you look at them. We recently have been taking a lot of questions and not using the screen. But if you look at his fixtures, Fulham, West Ham United, I think only Liverpool is a bit dicey. But I can see Southampton giving a good try against Liverpool as well. Blank game week 18 doesn't matter a lot. They have Leicester and Leeds in the double game week as well. So I fancied them to score in both Leicester and Leeds. Only Liverpool is a tough fixture, but I will still keep him. After that, they have Arsenal, Aston Villa, and United. Newcastle, Wolves. The run of fixtures till 23 looks like great. After that, there's slight change with Wolves, Chelsea, Everton. But I will still keep him, and he's just 6.1. Bamford, yes, but I don't trust Bamford's finishing anymore. But with Adams, I think he's much more involved, especially with Ings out. So if you have a budget option with, or if you have someone like Wilson or Watkins, if you want to switch, go for Adams in my opinion. Kufal or Dyer is better. I think defensively Dyer, but if you want to take double game week punt, Kufal. Yes, Justin will start. Should I play Dallas or Taylor? That's a tough one. 50-50 Aditya, because you can't really predict the outcome of a Burnley versus Leeds game. Manish Wadi question mark, and I can't say much. Wadi is a good player. If you have him, stick to him. Don't captain him. Dallas or Kyle Walker Peter or Cresswell? Cresswell and Kyle Walker Peter, in my opinion. Kufal over Dallas. I think we should pin this. If you have Dallas and Kufal, go for Kufal. Whom should I bring in for James? Cancel or DS? I think DS is more nailed on. Downgrading Kane to Wilson and upgrading Mahrez to Salah. Not Wilson. Go for Che Adams. Um, why is Mane choice number one, not Salah? I think I've explained at the start of stream how West Brom are not defensively great on the left hand side, so you can probably catch up on to that. Okay, and can you explain me with the double game week? Krishav, we've made an entire stream about it. Check it on our Instagram on the IGTV section. Two hits. Should I go for the safer captain options or Kevin De Bruyne? Maybe go with the rank chasing Kevin De Bruyne option. Trent or Cancelo this week? For this week, I prefer Trent. Should I remove James? Yes, if you don't have a bench. Should I remove Fernandez or Grealish for Salah? Grealish. When we use wildcard, then will our free transfers be retained? No. You'll only get one free transfer after the use of wildcard. I made four transfers this week and it only cost me -4. It did not cost you -4, but check it out. Either of those transfers are not completely saved, or your app must have glitched. The first whole time where you're suggesting Mane captain and no Salah captain at home. I think it is because of the West Brom defense and what I saw in the highlights against Aston Villa, and I expect Trent and Mane to combine for a goal at least. That's also worrying as a Salah owner and Salah captaincy, probably captainer, because I don't expect Salah to be directly involved in many goals. And that's the only reason I am dicey with my captaincy, going maybe switching to De Bruyne now. But let's see. Any idea what Grealish is not on penalties? It majorly looks like experienced players, and El Ghazi used to take it for them initially. He was a second choice taker for them initially, so he's taking on to them. Klitsch is the budget midfielder. I think Rafinha and Cavalier are better options. Cancelo and Kofod out for two free transfers. Yes, definitely for Mitchell and Chilwell. DCL is a glue pick throughout the coming game weeks. No, I don't think so. DCL is the glue pick. Downgrading Kane to Wilson and wouldn't do that. Rushil, I already said not Wilson. Che. How do I convince myself to let go of Son and Kane? I have Mate, we let go Son and Kane a long time, and I think we've been rising in rank since then. We were about what 2 million at a point, and now we're about 200k. So that's the difference. If you're chasing rank, you have to let the majority and high ownership players to go. Oh, what are my moves this week? Okay, my moves are Lamptey to Kufal, and that is it. I'm going to save my other free transfer, and I'm going to roll it for the next week. We probably will set our team as well. Marshall over DCL for the next coming game weeks, yes. Going forward, Vardy versus De Bruyne, I feel De Bruyne is much more safer than Vardy because you can probably trust De Bruyne with the penalty and captaincy more. Son to Bruno this week, yes, I would do it for long term. Yes, Captain Kane, Son, Bruno, Grealish, DCL. That's a tough one. Either Kane or Bruno. -4 to bring in Che Adams for Welbeck. Don't. I don't take a -4 to bring in Che Adams for Welbeck. Top West Ham picks for double game week 19. Any defender is going to start, and then over any of them if Antonio is fit, Antonio. I think he's really behind the questions. Abhishek. I am behind with the questions because there are a lot of questions that we're picking up one by one. Don't worry. I think most of the questions will be answered by the end of the stream. Saka Mount for Havertz. I think Mount is the guy you want to go ahead with. Uh, how important is Robertson for double game week? I have to make many changes to get him. If you don't have the funds to go Robertson, go Matip, but have a Liverpool defender for the double game week. Who should I bring in for James, Cancel or DS? DS. My moves next week: Sterling and Watkins to Sun and Marshall. Marshall, I think, is good. Sun, I might just stall the Sun move and keep Kevin De Bruyne for another game week. Should I bench Sun and bring another midfielder or transfer him? Play him if you have him. Don't waste your transfer. Unless you're bringing a captaincy option, don't waste it. Should I replace Rafinha with Klitsch? No. Marshall over DCL? Yes, for the next couple of game weeks. Should I transfer out Wilson for Marshall? Yes, I think Marshall is much better than Wilson, and I think Solskjaer has also mentioned about and praised Marshall a lot in the press conference. Planning my transfers for the blank game week and overall strength of the team, which leaves me with 5 players for game week 18. I think if you can make it to 7, that's perfect. 5 is still slightly less. Sell Zaha for Mount now, or keep him until the blank fixture and sell, where Zaha is a game. Yeah, you can keep him. I don't think Mount is a better pick than Zaha. Nobody's nailed in the City lineup, Mr. Guna. As Ings is out, Walcott is a good option, and will he play up front with Adams? Yes, he will play, but Ings, I don't think he's out for long, so I don't see the real need to waste a transfer on Walcott. Bring in Adams if you want to, but not on Walcott. Whom should I replace Klitsch with Podence or 5.5 meter? I think we mentioned Cavallero and Rafinha. Maybe Suchek. That's the only option I would go with. Which two should I play? Dallas, Kyle Walker-Peters, and Taylor. I think Kyle Walker-Peters, and with Dallas and Taylor, 50-50. Go with your gut feeling, mate. Who should I get instead of James? There are a lot of options depending on your budget. Go for Dyer. Maybe if you have funds, Matip or DS. Stones is a standard option as well. If you're like me, someone like me, go for Kufal. Before the Lamptey injury, I was going to go James to Kufal, so you can also consider that. Marshall over DCL for the next 5 fixtures, yes. Kufal won't play as his wife had a baby yesterday. I don't think that should be enough a reason for him not to play. Maybe he did not train, but I think he'll start irrespectively. I want a defender under 5.6 who has the best fixture today. Uh, Probably pick a city defender and take your luck over it. I have Dallas, Minks, Kufal, Kyle Okapita. Which one to bench? I would bench Dallas. Marshall for in for Callum Wilson. Yes. Start Chilwell, Matip, Dallas, or keep first sub Taylor. Start. Yes, definitely. Start Chilwell. Should I do Robertson to Chilwell for Robertson for a -4? And I don't think there's a need to go -4 if unless it's a long term move. Don't just rip apart your team for Robertson. Two free transfers, point for in the bank. Sell Mitchell, Zaha, Reidwell, or Webster. Sell Webster and Reidwell if you can. Son to Bruno this week. There's no need to go for a sideways move if you're not going to captaincy. The problem with Bruno this week will be that I think McTominay is injured and hasn't recovered completely. So there's a chance that, and irrespective, there's a chance that Pogba starts. So again, it's going to be Pogba distributing the ball, making those diagonal passes, and Bruno doing the running. So I don't fancy him as a captain, and I wouldn't take the sideways moves from Son because again, next week, next 2 fixtures for Son are incredibly good. So you want him there. WordPress or Bamford? Bamford to Che Adams, Marshall, Cavani. That's a tough call. I wouldn't go. Bamford, Duche, Adams sideways just for the sake of it. Adams Wood or Rodrigo for 1 week punt. Adams. Who should I bring in for Callum Wilson? You can bring in Adams, Marshall, or Bamford. No, I don't follow. I do know Andy from FPL. Let's talk FPL. I don't follow FPL mate, and I don't really fancy him as a FPL player as well. Here, Aniket, should I remove Grealish and DCL for Sun and Bamford for the double game week? For the double game week, yes. For the upcoming game weeks, don't do the move this week. I think you can hold on to the Sun and Bamford next week. Vardy to Kane, not this week. Should I replace El Ghazi for Grealish? Don't do that, Ravi. James replacement, same price bracket. I think Kufal, Stones, Dyer, in my opinion, are better. Best options. Yes, Sachin, just like me, use one and save one for the next week. I think that's the best strategy at this moment with all of the COVID situation. Go with that strategy. Ken Bamford, DCL on my front three. Any suggestions, changes required for the next few game weeks? Maybe Kane, I would ditch Kane or DCL for sure, any one of them. After the blank game week, definitely I would remove one of them and bring in Marshall or Vardy, as you suggested, for the double game week. Jesus to vote for this week using wildcard next week. Maybe Tammy Abraham, you can take a punt or Tammy or Aguero. Neto or Dyer. If you fancy the attacker, go Neto. Wilson or Klitsch, go with Klitsch. Play Martinez or McCarthy. I fancy Martinez always. Taylor or Webster, Taylor. Start three: Zuma, Barkley, Welbeck, Havertz, Kufal, Richarlison. Zuma, Kufal, and between Richarlison and Barkley, Welbeck and Richarlison, your call. Downgrade Kane to Marshall and get Bruno in for Sun, but then I'll stuck with blank game week. No, I won't do that. Either get Bruno for Sun and keep one Tottenham attacker, I think, for the next couple of game weeks. A defender within 4.7, Kufal, Walker tested positive, so Mendy and Cancelo will be playing right. Zinchenko can play on the left, and also you need to realize that I think Cancelo is more nailed on than Mendy because Ake can also play on the left. He was initially a left back, and Pep could go all man and he could play back three and he could remove all of them and he could play someone like Laporte, Stones, and DS. And there's no need for having a left back and a right back, so you can't really predict that. Triple captain Salah not this week, probably game week 19. Is Westergaard fit to play? Raghav, no news. He did not train as far as I know last. Keeps until game week 19. Yes. Will Alioski start? Yeah, looks like he'll start. Differential from each team from a double game week. That's a good question. I think I'll pick that up once I've answered all of these questions. Premkan just mentioned it again before we end the stream. Bruno or DCL as captain? Bruno. Kyle Walker, Peter, Dallas, who to bench? Dallas, DCL captain wouldn't go there. Which positive position should be given more important? I think the midfielders this season have to be given more importance than the attackers. Keep Chilwell. If you have a good bench, you can keep him. I think he'll be back for Aston Villa or at max for Chelsea, City for sure. Should I replace Grealish for El Ghazi? Ravi Naik? No. Uh, Kilman Khelega? I can't say if because Wolves have completely denied every player going outside and no press conferences as well as of now. So you can't say who's going to play, and especially the fixture is on Sunday night. So if Dendonker or Bolly are fit, I don't think Kilman will start. Sell Mitchell for I think the easiest option to sell Mitchell is for Gibbs from West Brom. I think he is a 4.3 defender and you can take a punt because he has a double gaming as well. But obviously he's going to be on your bench. Don't start him. Would you replace either of Kevin De Bruyne or Bruno for Mane for a 1 week punt? I would replace Bruno and captain Mane for a 1 week punt if you want to chase rank a lot. Otherwise, go Salah safe as usual, or you can actually even go Kevin De Bruyne captaincy for differential captaincy. Kane to Aguero next week. No, I wouldn't do that. Kufal, Chilwell, Zuma, target Dallas, switch to bench. I would bench if you have Martinez, I suppose Raghav, target and Dallas. I would play Chilwell and I would keep depending on my keeper, my first sub. I have taken Wilson out and brought in Rodrigo as a differential. He's a good differential in my opinion this week. You can go ahead with that. I think Burnley can offer decent defensive stability. Double City defense looks good for the next 2 weeks and after Chelsea as well, but not for the Chelsea game week. No transfer this week, so what's the strategy for 18 and 19? I'm going with one transfer. I've brought in Kufal, which also reflects completely on my double game week strategy because then I have a player who has a double game week then. Okay, we'll set up our team. I'm thinking to make no changes this week. Fair enough. Does Aguero start or Fernand number 9? I think Sterling will start for number 9 if they go for a false 9, but otherwise, I think Aguero should be playing. Uh, I can explain Kane, not Kane to Aguero, because one, Kane has an easy fixture too. Aguero is against Everton, doesn't have a great record at against Everton. One, then you know that Aguero will get rotated as soon as Jesus back, and even if Jesus is not back, they can always switch to a false line. There's high rotation risk. Against Fulham, I fancy Kane a lot, and against Leeds as well. So you know Kane has the better fixtures. There's no rotation around him, and with Aguero, slightly rotation, and you don't want to risk a transfer on your player who's gonna get rotated. And Kane also plays the blank game week, so there's no need to make the sideways move. I mean, I'm personally I'm planning out to remove Kevin De Bruyne from my team before Everton and Chelsea. So that reflects the sentiment of the game, and you can pretty much be slightly doubtful about the result and scoreline. Necessary to play Salah this game week, taking a hit, and who to replace Bruno and Kevin De Bruyne. Yes, I think maybe Bruno out and play Salah. Best defensive player to choose under 5.5 million. I think the City attack defenders if you can get any or Matip. When to use free hit whenever your team needs it, mate. Maybe 18 or 29. Game week 18 or 29. Billy Stones explained it in the start of the video, and I think it's because of the West Brom tactics and their right flank, and I think Robertson and Mane can exploit it more. I have Adams and Bamford, which third forward should I target and get at least before the double game week. For the third slot, there are a lot of options. You can go with Firmino or Marshall. I think Marshall is the preferred one. Maybe Vardy as well. Martinez or McCarthy as goalkeeper. I would always fancy Martinez. Play Webster or Ailing. Webster or Ailing. 50-50. I don't think a clean sheet anywhere. Should I keep Lamptey and bench him as he has a double game week? You can if you want to. He does not have a double game week. I think he plays the blank game week. So you can if you have a good bench. Take Lewis or Kilman for Mitchell as both of them have a fixture on the blank game weeks. Take Lewis. I don't think Kilman is nailed on. Adams for a hit for Wilson. Maybe not for a hit. I think it's not worth the hit. If because if Adam blanks, the hit is not worth it. No, I'm not going to start James and get Che off the bench. I did Kevin De Bruyne to Salah, Samedo to Mate, planning on to Kane to Che Adams and WordPress to Fernandez next week. We'll have Sun. Yeah, if you have Sun, that's perfectly fine. I use that's a good strategy to go about with. I was just worried if you had Sun or not, but if you mention it, yes, perfect. Pickford or Mendy? Mendy. Don't really trust the Everton defense. Zaha and Chilwell out for Salah and Mitchell. Not Mitchell. If you can afford anyone else in the defense, is good. McCarthy or Mendy for clean sheet. I would fancy. I would actually fancy Mendy because I don't. I trust the Arsenal defense. Uh, and then Arsenal attack, sorry, and then you can expect a Chelsea clean sheet. Okay, we have news. A lot of people saying that Kufal is on leave and he's not playing. Okay, guys, I'll check it out. Wait for a second. There is 19 minutes, so let me check it out. I'll be not answering for a couple of more minutes. Okay, I don't see any news on Mo Salah. No. Okay, a lot of people are saying yes. I'm checking the West Ham account. Okay, there's no news as of now. Can someone pin the pin the tweet in the chat if possible? Robertson for captaincy, you can go if you want to go ultra defensive and differential. Kufal is not playing, says then I'll have to make a transfer. I think if Kufal is not playing, uh, captaincy for you. Are you going gut or mind? I think I'm going mind this week, and I want to play safe. Uh, there's no need to go differential. I think Kane or Marshall. Kane, I think, is more safe if you're making the move. If you have Kane, stick to him. Time to get rid of the Kane Son duo. It's probably get time to get them back. The time to get rid of them was ago. Robertson for captaincy differential. Mo Salah captaincy. Yes, 10 minutes left, guys. I can't see any tweet from West Ham. The West Ham ITK. So if you guys have the tweet, probably mention it. Ings to Marshall. Yes, do it. James to Dallas for a hit. For a hit, yeah. If you want to play, if you don't have a playing defender. Would free hit be viable to play for the double game week? Yes, if that's your strategy, fair enough. That's also a possible strategy to go about with. Why do you have Captain Bruno? Because I have to change it, because I have to still change it. I have 9 minutes. Dyer, Justin, Dallas, Kyle Walker Peters. I would play Dyer and I would play Kyle Walker Peters, bench Justin and Dallas. I have literally no news as of now. No news as of now as well. Adams will score. Don't worry about Kufal. Yeah, I think that should do. But I think I need a defensive player playing if Kufal is not. Why are you not playing Adams? I will set my team. Okay, first I'll have to set my team. Uh, Before everyone starts panicking, I will set my team. Wait. Dyer to Kufal, with all the benching news, I won't do that. Just let me confirm if there is any news. Okay, we'll set my team till then. I think I'm going to play James. I'm going to play Adams. My captaincy will be Salah. I think I don't find the need to go differential captain, especially with the rank I am on. So yeah, Ings or Adams? Adams. Do you think Bruno will start? He played. Yeah, I think he will start. It's an important game against Leicester, so I think he will start. Bench Watkins or Suchek? I think play Watkins. I would take a chance on Watkins. Foden should be on. I can replace him with Suchek. Sachin, why are you playing James? Because if James play, I don't think he'll play. But if by chance he plays, I fancy a clean sheet there. And if he doesn't play, he'll automatically get subbed off for Kuf also. There's nothing to worry about. Sashank, I'm about 200k on rank at the moment, but this is very good if you compare my rank 6 7 weeks ago at 2 million. Arc Fortis premium. Is there a tweet around it, or are you just assuming that to be true? Chilwell won't be playing. He could be, but I don't think it's too. I think it's too early for him. You can, if you want to play him, you can play him in 11. Adam Z probably will have to mute you for 300 seconds because you've been spamming. I've already answered. Adams. Kufal should play. Kid was again 2 days. Yes, exactly. And I am pretty much confident of Kufal playing, but I was irrespectively going to do this move. Art, I don't think I saw the tweet. I saw it when I searched hashtag FPL. I don't see it. I don't see it on any of my sources or groups or forums. So I don't. I'm not sure if that's true. Is Bamford vice captain good? Yes. Stones to start. I expect him. I have Westergaard, Justin Kofol, Kilben, Mitchell. I have to take out Westergaard. Stones 7.7 in the bank. Get in Dyer or Matip if you can. Matip maybe if you can. Okay, 6 minutes to go, guys. Set your teams and come back in a minute. Make sure you set your vice captain, and that's very important. Mane or Sterling captain. I would fancy Sterling more differential if you want to. Transfer out Grealish next game week. Yeah, probably you can next game week. Klitsch or Rafinha to or El Ghazi. El Ghazi, in my opinion. Will Vardy start? Yes, I think. There has been no news of him not starting. Do I start Vardy or Neto? Vardy. Cancel to start. I expect him to. 5 minutes to go. Yes, thanks, Varun. Salah can on captaincy given I'm already playing 3 City and Robertson. Depends on your rank. If you're chasing rank up, go for De Bruyne, others go Salah. Zuma, Dallas, DS, Kyle Walker, Peter Webster. Pick three Zuma, I think DS, and between Kyle Walker, Peter, and Dyer, I would go Dyer. I fancy the Tottenham defense. Could be a one all, unfortunately, or Kyle Walker. If you feel like Kyle Walker, Peter, go there. Zuma and Dyer are definitely nailed on. Vice captain Son or Bamford, I don't think it will be needed, but Son. Westergaard, James, Justin, Kufal, any three with transfer suggestions. Go with Justin, Kufal, and maybe James or Westergaard to DS. No burdens to the team. Yes, get Grealish, Traore, or Torres for this game week. Grealish. Martinez was Mendy. I would go Martinez. Dallas or Zuma. Zuma. Martinez, Zuma, Ward-Prowse, Robertson, Salah, Bruno, Grealish, Bamford, DCL, and Wilson. Wilson is the one you want to take out. Should I take a hit to take Salah and remove Cameron De Bruyne? No, you can captain Salah, or you don't have to take, or De Bruyne itself, you don't have to take a hit for Salah. New news, guys. No news on Kufal. I don't think the news which is put out there in the chat is true. So you can probably play Kufal. Kufal or Cresswell? Cresswell is the better one. Fabianski or Martinez? Fabianski keeping in the double game week in mind. Okay, I don't think I want to change anything in my team. Southampton a good choice, good chance of clean sheet. I think there is, but I expect a lot of goals as well. So there could be a chance where there's a lot of goals and Fulham score a goal on the counter. 4 minutes left, guys. Westergaard or Cresswell? Cresswell. Mendy to Leno time. I don't think Leno will keep clean sheets either. Will Stone start? Yes, I expect him to. Hopefully, because he was rested in the midweek game. Last time there was news of Salah being benched, and that turned out to be true. Sachin, that was true because even I had news on it, and I was confident that he'll be benched. But I don't have any news on Kufal, and I don't think I'll trust anyone apart from my sources. So it's okay. Okay, so also some news on Aguero. There's a prediction which is very reliable in my opinion, which says that Aguero is not there in their 11. Could be a chance where he is ill. So Martinez or McCarthy, go with Martinez. You with double keeper setups, you'll always pick the wrong one. I would fancy Martinez always because I have it in my team. Bench one of Target, Kufal or Suchek. Target, I think, if you have Martinez. Cresswell, Mings or Walker Peters. Play Cresswell and Walker Peters. WordPress replacement. Play him this week. We can talk about replacement next week. Probably Rafinha looks like the best one as suggested by Bucker. Captain and vice captain from Salah, Kane, Son, Grealish. Salah captain, vice captain, Son. Watch along on your channel or 442. I think there could be a watch along for Chelsea versus Arsenal tonight. But we'll discuss this after the deadline. 2 minutes to go. Kevin De Bruyne, Salah. Gut says Kevin De Bruyne, brain says Salah. If your gut says Kevin De Bruyne, go for it. I think Kevin De Bruyne will score tonight, and I think he's going to be better captaincy maybe over Salah. That's my gut as well. But since I don't want to take the risk on my mini league as well and my rank, I would go Salah. If you ask me, my gut feeling says De Bruyne will outscore Salah this game week. Kyle Walker Peters, Benedict, Kyle Walker Peters, Mings or Dallas. Mings have zero in the bank. Wilson with considering I have to take a hit. Che Adams. Martinez target bench. Cheers, mate. Good luck, mate. Martinez, Dyer, Cresswell, Robertson, Salah, Bruno Grace, WordPress, DCL, Bamford, McCarthy. That's a big lineup, mate. I have Cancelo, Zuma, and Matip along with DCL, Adams, Bamford, and playing. I also have Dyer and Vestergaard on the bench. Should I make changes? No, you can play the team as the way you have. Watch along for United Leicester. We can do it, but I don't think I'll be available in the second half. We'll see if we can figure that out. If everyone wants the watch along for United Leicester, we can do it, but I don't think there's going to be any emotions attached to it. Salah captaincy, Kane vice captain, have Rashford, Suchik, DCL, Bamford otherwise. Good option, yeah. Matip's fitness may be an issue we have should consider for the next. I don't think he's fit enough. I expect him to playing almost all games. Guys, last 30 seconds, go set your teams. Let me check mine. My team is going to be Martinez, James, Robertson, Diaz, Grealish, Fernandez, De Bruyne, Salah captain, Adams, Bamford, Calvert-Lewin, bench Kufal. I think that's the best setup. Yes, why James is in 11. Daniel, I think if he's not playing, he'll come off, and Kufal will come in. Unless something goes bizarre, but I think this should be it. Can we remove Mitchell? His price is dropped to 3.9. Yes, you can. Good stream. Thanks, Varun says. I don't think I want to take chance on Kufal. I'll probably replace him with James. Let's not just play foolish games. Especially okay. I've changed my team from James to Kufal just because you guys were pointing it out a lot. Okay, so time's up. This is it. Thanks for joining the stream. If you haven't liked the stream till now, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Big win for Leeds Villa this game week. Oh, we can do the predictions right now if you guys are staying for a while. Uh, Ask if anyone's okay. Yeah, you can. You guys can also mention if anyone's interested in the Leicester versus United uh, watch along because majorly I'm not because I'm not a fan of that game. I expect it to be very slow and boring. No, I'm not doing last minute changes. It's just a substitution. Never do last minute transfers. Differential from each team for the double game week. Yes, we can do that. I'm opening my Instagram for that. But imagine James start and gets an assist. No, I don't think James will start. The injury is too serious. If he starts, I'll be more worried of him getting injured again. That's the problem. Any watch along plans today? I think I have a plan for Chelsea versus Arsenal. I'm not doing the captain watch along ever again. I think in my life with the De Bruyne and Salah captaincy, I don't think I want to do it again. Okay, Liverpool watch along says a lot of people. Okay, so we'll answer first Prem Khan's question with differential from each team. I think from West Ham, you can go for the West Ham defense. You can actually go for the double West Ham defense as well. So I fancy the defenders from West Ham. Or maybe Antonio if he's fit. I would remove DCL for Antonio if he's fit. Leeds, apart from Rafinha or Bamford, I wouldn't go anywhere else. Chelsea, I fancy Pulisic as a differential because not a lot of people are looking that side. Liverpool, there's no differential. You have to go Salah. Don't go Firmino, in my opinion. Go Robertson or Trent. West Brom, don't go near them. I think you can go Gibbs, who's 4.3 million. I think is a differential only if you're going to bench boost. Otherwise, it's okay. Leicester, I wouldn't go near Leicester apart from Vardy if you have a lot of funds. But if Antonio or someone else is fit, I would go there. Manchester United, I would fancy Martial as a good differential. I could also go Rashford from Sun to Rashford as a differential option. Southampton, Che Adams is the guy. If you want to play a fifth midfielder, Ings is still out. You can go Walcott, but I don't think that's going to be the case until game week 19. I think Ings will be back by then. Burnley, maybe Taylor if you fancy him, but I wouldn't go anyone else. Wood is not a differential option, especially with the amount of forwards we have for that game week. And Fulham, avoid Fulham possibly. Yeah, reading chat fatigue is real, definitely. Uh, Chelsea Arsenal will be fun because it's a derby after all, and it is also emotional because you are supporting your own favorite club. What are your thoughts on El Ghazi? I think I want to see his role, how he'll play when today Barkley starts, and that's the reason, major reason I don't want to recommend El Ghazi as soon as Barkley's back, even though I know that he'll be on penalties. Balbuena is a good shot for the double West Ham defense, or just for the West Ham defense. Any watch alongs this week? Yeah, probably Chelsea, and we're also discussing our Leicester versus United. We'll see about that. If there is a watch along, I'll post it on Instagram. Uh, and apart from that, Aston versus Villa. I think the Southampton Fulham will be interesting, but I'm not. I think I'll be out by that time. I won't be back. If there's a second half, I might do a second half stream for that. But let's see. Okay, so I don't think there's any more questions. We can do the predictions if we want. Let's see what the predictions for this week are. Leicester versus United. I think it's going to be 2-1 or a 2 or a 3-1 to United. I think United have the capacity to go and win that game at Leicester. Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. I think Aston goes 3-0 or 3-1 in that game. Predictions says, but don't let everybody answer. I think Leicester says a lot of people. Leicester 3-0 United. I also fancy United in that fixture. Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. I fancy Aston. Uh, Possibly a 2-0 or a 3-0. Fulham, Southampton is going to be high scoring. In my opinion, I think it's going to be high scoring. It could be a very high scoring towards Southampton, or it could be a 2-all or a 3-2 for Southampton. It could be a 2-all for Fulham, Southampton draw, in my opinion, as well. Arsenal, Chelsea, I think it's going to be an easy game for Chelsea. Arsenal will try to defend, but I think Chelsea will find a way. I think Werner scores tonight. Finally, Werner could score tonight. But I expect Palace to lose this one as well, away from home. I don't think it's a big win for Chelsea. 2-0 looks like a good scoreline, but I think Werner will score today. I just have that feeling of Werner today. Man City, Newcastle, best not to predict it. And hopefully, City go at least 3-0, 4-0, rolling over Newcastle. If Aguero starts, I could easily see a 4-0 there. Yes, Shantanu, thanks. I think, yeah, I really fancy one. I think 4-0 City if Aguero starts. If Aguero doesn't start, I don't see City scoring more than 2 goals. For some reason, I don't really trust Sterling, Mahrez, and Torres as an attack. Everton, Sheffield United, I think it's going to be a tough game. I actually think it's going to be 1-all, and it's going to be a tough fixture for both Everton and Sheffield United. And Leeds, Burnley, again, I think 2-1 Leeds, not more. But what do you guys think? I think we're still on the City. What do you think about the Sheffield Everton? I really feel that Everton Sheffield is going to be a draw, 1-all draw. Thanks, Shreyas. Leeds Burnley again, 2-all, says people. Your conversion rate is about 11%, if I'm not wrong. That's the lowest I've been in 3 or 4 years. I expect it to be 2-1 Leeds, not more. I think Burnley will score through a Barnes or a Wood goal. West Ham Brighton again will be high scoring. I expect both teams to score, and I'm not confident of Kufal keeping a clean sheet somehow now. But hopefully they keep a clean sheet. But it could be a 1-all or a 2 all. Leeds could get a clean sheet. I don't see Leeds getting a clean sheet this match. I think Burnley have the attacking capability to go and score. Premkant has a rank of 7K. Congratulations, Premkant. No, Leeds are bad at set pieces, yes. And Burnley are absolutely great at them. Everton will get the win, I guess. Could be a tough one. I could get a sneaky win, 2-1 win, but I think Sheffield United can keep them at bay at 1-all. Everton without Richarlison and James don't look like scoring easily. I think Sigurdsson was at great form last match, but I think Richarlison is a late call. If it's proved as a concussion, he'll not play. If it's not, he'll play. He's been training for a while now. Liverpool West Brom. I don't want to predict this game because it could go two ways. It could be 2-1 to Liverpool or a very thrashing 4-0 win for Liverpool. Wolves versus Spurs will be the most boring game. Yes, it could be 1-all or a 1-0 to Spurs. Nothing much. Is Cooper fit? No news on Cooper as far as I know. A lot of people mentioning and DMing me 5-0 Liverpool. I don't see. I see it at a. I see a very tricky game for Liverpool at West Brom. Although I know that's the only game with fans at Anfield, but I think it's going to be a tricky one. Yeah, that's my prediction. I think Kevin De Bruyne will outscore Salah this game week, and I'm not worried about it because one, my rank will obviously increase with the Kevin De Bruyne goal, and hopefully the Son and Kane blank. But irrespectively, with my mini league, I think it was easy to go with Salah captaincy. Early relegation predictions. I think Fulham will get relegated. West Brom are obvious contenders, and maybe it could be Brighton. I don't. Sorry, Sheffield United, West Brom, and Fulham. I think not Brighton. Brighton will survive. I don't see Fulham surviving. Arsenal will survive as well. Dyer or Charlie Taylor? Dyer, because I know Mourinho can take clean sheets out of games. West Brom is playing well against the Big Six. Yeah, they are surprisingly. I think the City performance was not playing well. It was more of a very bad performance by City. Yeah, I am also planning to go double up Salah and Mane. Not in gaming 19, but next game week. Top four predictions for me would be Liverpool, of course. I think United will finish in the top four. I also think that City will eventually or Chelsea will recover. And for the fourth position, I think Tottenham could be in the thing. For me, it's between Chelsea and City. But I think Tottenham, Liverpool, and United will finish in the top four. Big Sam will go down. I don't feel. I had a slight feeling about Brighton, but I'm not sure. Differential double game week players are going to be discussed before starting all of this prediction, so you might go there. It's not much of a differential players to pick out there, but you want to stick with players who are going to give you returns. Okay, on that note, we'll end the stream. It was a great stream, and thank you guys for joining. This is FPL Tips signing off. Cheers.